Protestants worship on Sunday, but admit the Sabbath is Saturday. For centuries, millions of Protestants have gathered every Sunday to worship. They claim to follow the Bible alone, yet when asked, they admit that the Sabbath is Saturday. Why do they worship on Sunday if they know the truth? The answer will shock you. What does the Bible say about the Sabbath? The fourth commandment is one of the most direct and clear commandments from God. Remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor, and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. Exodus 20, 8-10, KJV. The Bible does not say, worship on the first day of the week. It specifically commands the seventh day, which is Saturday, not Sunday. The Sabbath was never just for Israel. It was established at creation, and on the seventh day God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it. Genesis chapter 2, 2-3, KJV. So why do Protestants continue worshipping on Sunday? If God never changed the Sabbath, and Jesus never changed it, then who did? Did Jesus change the Sabbath? Some argue that Jesus changed the Sabbath to Sunday after his resurrection. But where is the biblical proof? Jesus himself kept the Sabbath, and he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up, and as his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day. Luke 4:16, KJV. Even after Jesus' death, his followers continued keeping the Sabbath. And they returned, and prepared spices and ointments, and rested the Sabbath day according to the commandment. Luke 23:56, KJV. The apostles also observed the Sabbath, and Paul, as his manner was, went in unto them, and 3 Sabbath days reasoned with them out of the Scriptures. Acts 17:2, KJV. Nowhere in the Bible did Jesus or the apostles command Sunday worship. The Catholic Church's own confession. If the Bible never changed the Sabbath, then who did? The Catholic Church openly admits that they changed the Sabbath, not by God's command, but by their own authority. We observe Sunday instead of Saturday because the Catholic Church transferred the solemnity from Saturday to Sunday. The Convert's Catechism of Catholic Doctrine, 1937, plus 50. Sunday is our mark of authority. The Church is above the Bible, and this transference of Sabbath observance is proof of that fact. Catholic Record, September 1, 1923. The Catholic Church took the pagan Sunday and made it the Christian Sunday. The Catholic World, March 1894, Pearce 809. Sunday worship is not biblical. It is Catholic tradition. So why do Protestants, who claim to reject Catholic authority, still worship on Sunday? Protestant churches admit the Sabbath is Saturday. Despite following Sunday worship, major Protestant denominations admit the truth. Baptist Church. There was and is a commandment to keep holy the Sabbath day, but that Sabbath day was not Sunday. Dr. Edward T. Hiscox, The Baptist Manual, 1893. Methodist Church. The reason we observe the first day instead of the seventh is based on no positive command. One will search the Scriptures in vain for authority for changing from the seventh day to the first. Clovis G. Chappell, 10 Rules for Living, Psalm 61. Lutheran Church. The observance of the Lord's Day, Sunday, is founded not on any command of God, but on the authority of the Church. Augsburg Confession, Article 30a. If Sunday worship is not in the Bible, why do Protestants still follow a Catholic tradition? The final challenge: are you following God or man? If Sunday worship is biblical, then answer these questions. Where in the Bible did God command Sunday worship? No such verse exists. If the Sabbath was abolished, why did Jesus and his disciples still keep it after his resurrection? Luke 23:56, Acts 13:42-44, Acts 16:13. If the Sabbath was changed to Sunday, why do Protestant churches admit that Saturday is the true Sabbath? We ought to obey God rather than men. Acts 5:29, KJV. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. Revelation 14:12, KJV. This is your moment of decision. Will you obey God or follow human tradition?